Okay, so this is just a reflection on the practical held on Monday the 21st of November 2016, this Y6, separation of an organic compound. So I informed you in the lab that you were to be separating out a phenol and an amine. So should we look at this as a functional group? A phenol, aromatic ring, and the OH. The amine, so we'll just say this is RNH2. I then told you yesterday as well, later on in the lab, that the actual molecules of choice were phenol and as well NN-diethyl aniline as well. So these were our two molecules. So this was the procedure we were following. This was the choice of amine and phenol. So a lot of you yesterday were slightly confused with this as a kind of methodology sheet. So because you had an amine and a phenol, you ask yourself questions of which of the two species are acidic near enough and which are basic, so a Lewis acid and a Lewis base. So in solution, the phenol has the ability to form the resonance or the resonance tautomer, the phenoxide, which tautomizes over, but there is like a Ka that can be expressed for the phenoxide ion and the H plus ion. So the phenol is acidic, and so a Lewis acid, and the lone pair of electrons and the nitrogen make this a Lewis base. So when you read the methodology sheet here and you view the fact that you have to take the unknown mixture and put it with bicarb being basic, the base here, the bicarb ion, the carbonate ion, the hydrogen carbonate ion, with acid, put that over there, with acid forms H2O, the CO2. So this is a base reacting with the acid. Where does the acid come from? It comes from the phenol. So when you set a separating funnel up here, and you have the two layers set up, the organic and the aqueous, so this is the aqueous layer, which is the bicarb layer. This is the organic layer of ether. What's in our two layers? Well, in our two layers, the organic top layer should be the aniline, and in the bottom layer should be the phenoxide. So really, once you separate the two layers out, the top layer at this part contains the aniline, the bottom layer contains the phenoxide. So all you had to do then was actually make decisions about what this sheet is trying to tell you. You didn't have to follow all of it. The top organic layer, once you put it to one side, you could then put back into the set funnel, wash with some water and some brine and rotary vat down and recover the aniline. The bottom aqueous layer, you would then run that off into a beaker. You would move it to pH below 7 with conc HCl, so you would have reacidified the solution, and then you would have put back into the separating funnel. That's my separating funnel. You would have put back into the separating funnel and washed again with water. So the top layer now would have contained phenol, the bottom layer would have been water, so you would have washed it with maybe 2 lots of water, 20 ml, then wash with maybe a bit of brine, and this is the aqueous layer, so then you would have recovered a further fraction of the phenol. So this is a sheet which has a few layers put inside of it to say how to deal with the various scenarios that we would have up here. But because I told you, well, we have an amine and a phenol, you ask yourself some of the chemistry of this system. The phenol can form the phenoxide and H+. And at that point, once we have the phenoxide ion, in this initial part here, the phenoxide is the bottom layer, or the aqueous layer contains the phenoxide. You take the bottom layer, you put it into a beaker, you acidify with HCl to pH paper, then you put back into the set funnel, you extract with some water, you extract with ether, I should say, and then you have a recovered phenol layer. The top layer initially at this point here, so this ethereal layer here, the top layer is the aniline layer. That just needs then washing with further amounts of water and brine. You dry with mag sulfate, you recover it, you then put it on the rotary valve, you have two fractions. So those are my thoughts of yesterday's labs, and this is what the exercise was about, trying to think about these various systems and how we will look therefore at extracting with acid-base wash as appropriate with the set funnel. Okay, thank you.